Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. My name is Devin,
I'm Mike.
I'm Noah.
and this is Sinners and Sneakers. So today I wanted to talk about scamming. In the past, I have been scammed in the past before, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. Noah did use that term last episode. He used the word scammer, so I wanted us to talk about that a little bit. Have you ever been scammed before?
You're saying scamming in relation to sneakers or just in life?
Honestly, scamming in general, because you can get scammed with sneakers. Personally, I have been scammed with sneakers, but you can get scammed with a lot of things, whether, just be buying merchandise or clothes from a website that you're not really familiar with. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been scammed with anything, really?
I'll just keep it like in store. Like,
Okay.
we buy mostly from people that we like know first name basis that we trust. Like, most of the time, I feel confident not even having to legit check pairs because of where they come from. But every once in a while, somebody will bring in a pair that is not authentic, that slips through the cracks. So I guess that would be considered scam, but I think that also comes back to intent. Like we talked about in our first episode, like the intent of somebody bringing that in, and maybe they didn't know it wasn't real. Yeah. Maybe they did. And I think that changes or defines it as scammed or not. But yeah, we've bought like there's two pairs last year that stand out to my mind. We bought a pair of Jaritos SBs and a Mocha High. Which I guess over the entire year, like for me to only know those two pairs that we bought that we were scammed on, possibly, I guess that's pretty good in compared to all the pairs that we do buy. Now, maybe there was some that we bought on accident and didn't know that we got scammed, and maybe that might happen, but that I'm aware of, those two pairs for sure. They are more expensive pairs than, regular, so that kind of sucks, but I think in what we do, it's just a risk of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you've never bought a fake pair, then you don't know what to look for in fake pairs, really, or how to, be better at that. So I think it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Noah? Have you ever been scammed with anything? It doesn't have to be sneakers, just something you were interested in, you wanted to buy, and maybe it just didn't end up being what you wanted it, or it never even got to you. It was never even delivered.
Oh, that pair off StockX.
Which pair?
The Lightning.
Fours?
Oh, yeah. I did order a pair of Lightnings.
What happened with those?
They never came in.
You ordered them off of StockX?
Well, tell us the whole story.
How did it?
I don't remember the whole story, honestly. I just know that I ordered a pair.
I remember the whole story because it was my debit card.
Oh. Well, let's hear it then. Since this happened to me.
So no,
I do remember.
Okay, we'll say it then.
Yeah,
I don't remember all of it.
What do you remember? Go ahead.
I just remember being pretty mad about it, and it kind of like ruined my whole day.
Yeah.
That's all you remember?
But
wait, why were you
we ended up getting credit back, right?
Did you?
Or did we took a total loss on it?
Yeah, we didn't get anything back.
Wow.
See, it was my debit card. So I was like,
bro does not remember. Why were y'all buying?
He was still in school.
Why were y'all buying
Yeah,
Lightning
still in
4s? Like for your personal or to sell them or what?
Oh, it wasn't for personal.
It was for somebody else?
I think so.
So let me tell you what happened.
So yeah, go ahead. What's
Now
your
it has
side of the story?
Memory lapse.
What's the debit card side of the
Inside
story? Memory lapse.
Bro, I can't even remember what I ate for dinner last night. How are you going to put
the
this
second
on
time
me?
memory lapse has come up?
Oh, that's terrible.
Anyways, so Noah was working at Foot Locker
Okay.
when Lightning's released, and he got a pair from Foot Locker and was able to use his discount or whatever. So he was checking market on StockX to see what he could sell his shoes for, and ended up buying the same shoe in the same size that he had in his hands. But so I was like, that sucks, right? Like, that's not what I was trying to do, but that's what happened. And then everybody knows, so if you don't know, you're learning now that there's no returns with StockX.
Yeah.
And then you just email them and wait for an email back, and that's how you correspond. I've never been able to talk to a real person.
No.
Anyways, when the shoes finally came in, I told Noah, I was like, well, I don't want to pay for this, so sell your one you have in hand to replace my money, right? He was still in school and all that stuff. So anyways, so the pair he ordered from StockX came in and they didn't come in. It was the shipping box and it was an empty
Oh yeah.
Lightning 4 box
Yeah.
with
No
no
way.
shoes in them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. You would think it would just be the shipping box and maybe the UPS driver, FedEx driver stole it, because that's happened in the past. That makes more sense.
But the box was sealed.
Yeah, it looked like from, we're not top-notch investigators, but it looked like the shoes were never in the box. Like none of the tape was tampered with, the label, all that looked. It looked like the shoes were removed while packaging.
But with StockX, with those third parties or whatever, you have StockX and Goat, they come from the sender, like the person. So say you're trying to sell a shoe on StockX or Goat, right? You have it in hand and you're going through the app on StockX and your shoe sells. And then you ship that shoe to StockX for authentication purposes and so that they can do their process or whatever, and then they'll ship it again. So do you think the original person didn't even send the shoe? They just sent the box?
But even if that was the case,
StockX would have caught it.
Yeah,
Or should
while
have
they were
caught it.
legit checking the shoe,
Unless,
I don't think you make
Dang.
that big of a mistake.
yeah. I've never heard that story before.
Really?
No.
Well, it's
Well,
not.
for the shoe not to come in the box.
I don't even remember it. So
Yeah. But it happened. So
I do.
I
do remember it happening, but I don't remember all the details like he does. But like he said, it was his card.
But I'm the old,
If
but
it
I'm
would've
the old
been-
guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're the dinosaur.
you're
I'm the one
old guy.
that can't remember. But
Well, okay. Well, do y'all remember this? It was while I was living
Oh,
with
we
y'all.
remember this one.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, yeah.
bro. I don't even like talking about it
I
because
wouldn't
y'all make
either.
fun of me for it. But it was so weird.
It
And
was not weird.
At the time, I thought I was like everything was fine, and I thought things were going good. I was gonna get these shoes. I don't even. Okay, so I don't. If you're watching this, don't trust people on Instagram because this
Trust
dude,
people on Instagram.
It depends. Just make sure.
Don't be as gullible as Devin. That's
Just-
the lesson here.
Just make sure that I don't know. You have to double check, triple check, quadruple check because this dude. I don't know if he commented on one of my posts or DM'd me directly, and he was like, "Congratulations, you want a free pair of Yeezys," and I'm like, bet. Sweet. I want a pair of Yeezys. And he DM'd me and he was asking me what size do you wear or whatever. And I'm like, oh sweet. I wear an 11 in Yeezys. And I'm like, so what do you have? And he's like showing me all these options. He's like, just scroll through my page and pick one. And I'm scrolling through his page. I'm like, oh, I need those. Those are sick. And I picked them. I send it to him, and he's like, oh, sorry, bro, we don't have that in your size. And I'm like, okay, bet. And then so we started this conversation or whatever of me picking the shoe and going through this process, and it kind of felt like we built a relationship. Like this dude felt real,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he was a real person. And then I finally picked this shoe. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we got your shoe. Yeah, sweet. Just what's your give me your shipping address, information, what's the name, good phone number, stuff like that." He said, "We'll send you the shoe. All you got to do is pay for shipping." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, no problem. Shipping's maybe $20, $20 for a pair of Yeezys. Yeah, bet." So and we exchange information. I send him my shipping address so he can create the shipping label or whatever, and then. I ended up using 3 or 4 different forms of payment. This sounds so bad saying this now that I'm thinking about it. But I think it started maybe in Venmo or Cash App. And he was like, yeah, just send me your money. Just send me the $20 and that'll pay for the shipping. We'll go ahead and ship it out. And I'm like, bet. So he sent me his Cash App. I sent him the money. And he was like, he went through his account and he's like, I never got the money. And I'm like, that's weird. It shows it's sent. I sent him screenshots or whatever. And he was like, I think it's not gonna work. Maybe send me $5 or something. And it's small amounts. So I'm like, who cares? It's $5. And so I send it to him and he's like, dude, my bank account just got frozen. And he's saying basically what he said was he makes so much money and he deals with so much money, he has millions of dollars. And this sounds so bad, dude. But he makes so much money. So he doesn't get small transactions. So the transaction of like $25 to show up in his bank account seemed like fraud to his bank. So they froze his account and he couldn't like create the shipping label or whatever because they froze his account. And he was like, I usually don't get transactions this small. You're gonna have to send me more money so that'll unclear my account. And I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. So he's like, I'm like, how much do you want me to send you? And so he's like, just send me like $200. Oh man.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
starts getting bad, dude. So I send him the money and he's like, oh, it's not enough. I think we need to get it up to 500. So at this point, I send him like another 200 for 500 or whatever. And his bank account's still frozen. And I'm like, what the heck?
Frozen.
And he's like promising me, he's like, dude, just send me the money. I'll send it right back to you. He's like, I'm good for it. I have the money. I can send it to you or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I trust this dude. Like I just met him today through Instagram. Sounds like a great guy. You know, he sounds cool. I just sent this dude money.
We thought he was lying.
It was
I was like, Devin, are you joking? Or like, are you actually sending this dude money?
It was so
like, it was like a
bad.
Wednesday night or something.
But like, just honestly, just telling y'all in the moment, like just thinking about it, it was just so bad. I don't understand like y'all's perspective on it. I can only imagine what y'all were thinking at the time. But so I send this dude money, and one thing he was like, hey, try a different account or not account form of payment. So I did like Zelle. I think I did Apple Pay, PayPal, Venmo. We did everything. Dude.
All of them.
What was the total that you sent him?
So
was
I
up
don't
there?
know if I want to share the total
You don't have
to the
to.
people. It was a lot though.
More than most.
It was more, yeah, like more than like honestly, looking back, I was stupid.
He could have bought a
Like,
few pair of Yeezys.
I could have bought more than a few pair of Yeezys with the money that I sent to that dude.
But you got the money back, right?
Yes.
From your bank?
Good thing was, so I used Frost. And so I used Zelle through Frost or whatever, and I was able to get like a portion of my money back from Frost. I don't think I got all of it because of the different platforms or whatever I used for transactions. I got most of it back, which was good. I did have to kind of explain everything to the bank and whatnot and tell them everything and tell them like, somebody hacked my account and they sent this money. I didn't authorize this transaction. That wasn't me. And they were like, what? That doesn't make
I
sense.
think I went to the bank with you.
Did you? I don't remember because it happened so long ago. But they were like, what? There's no way somebody could have hacked your account. Because they, honestly, Frost Bank has like all of these steps to get into your account. Like they have safety questions. They have like 3 different passwords, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, somebody just hacked into my account and they made all these false transactions that I didn't authorize. But like, fortunately enough, they were able to give me my money back. Not all of it, but I did get a lot of it back. And then I drug you into the situation because he gave me his phone number and we talked to him on the phone, like an actual voice like person. It wasn't just all through text message and DM stuff. We talked to him on the phone and he was like, he was saying stuff like, no, I'm good for it. I promise. Like, and then you were telling him like, well, at least you either give us the money back or just give us this amount in shoes. Like, and I would have been okay with that. And he was like, okay, or I don't know. It was a mess, honestly. But that was probably the worst experience I've had with being scammed. And now, looking back at it, like, I don't trust anyone. Like, it's so hard for me to trust people. Even like, it's like, so going to SneakerCon and stuff, you meet all of these people, like selling shoes and stuff. So it's easy to build that relationship through Instagram and DM them, be like, oh, you have this size, sweet, I need that. And then you have to have that trust. And it's so hard to, especially after going through that. Yeah. Like, I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Like, even just double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking.
Yeah. Talking about SneakerCon, like, if you haven't been to SneakerCon, like, you should go experience it, like, for yourself, as if you like sneakers. And whenever, one's close, like, make it a thing to try to go and experience that. But so if you have experienced this at SneakerCon, or if you have experienced a SneakersCon, you'll know like more or less what we're talking about. But if you haven't, maybe some things to think about if you ever go to a sneaker event, not just SneakerCon. But so like when y'all go to SneakerCon, when you or with Noah, y'all go to SneakerCon, does your how do I say this? Are you more at ease buying at SneakerCon? Are you more like heightened to like, okay, I got to be on my game because something could happen here and there's no recourse? Like when you go into a space like that, what's your mindset?
Wow.
I feel like I go kind of at ease just because I know there's someone there to actually thoroughly go through my shoes along with myself. And so I definitely do look for fakes whenever I am buying. Most of the time, you really don't see them. Um, but it also could happen.
Yeah.
But I do feel a lot more at ease than just buying from somebody off Instagram, or because obviously I don't know these people and I'm actually texting them online, but I see them in face. I feel like, you know, like these people are here for a reason. They want to get rid of some stuff. So
Yeah, and they also have the eBay authentication booth, which I think personally, I think eBay's authentication is probably
the
the
best.
best authentication.
Mhm.
Like Go and StockX do too. There's been rumors in the past that StockX has sold fakes. I haven't heard anything bad about Goat, but personally, at SneakerCon, I wouldn't say I'm 100% at ease because I think the resellers there, or the people selling their shoes there, they'll take advantage of that. Like if you go to SneakerCon and you're let off, like you're at ease and you're not as on guard as you usually are when it comes to fakes, they'll take advantage of that and try to slip one in. You know, I'm pretty sure ones slip in every now and then, but personally, I'll buy my pairs and then I'll take all of them to
Yeah.
the eBay booth and get them all authenticated. And because I don't know, but honestly, it's really hard now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it depends like what you're going to SneakerCon for.
Yeah,
Like you can do that because you buy a handful of shoes usually when you go to SneakerCon, and they're for your
yeah, like
foot.
five or
Yeah,
yeah,
they're for
exactly.
your personal
Yeah.
use. So,
Mhm.
we go and buy hundreds of pairs for the store, and it's like, all
Yeah.
right, legit check all these for me. We'll be back. Like then we're like, nah, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
that's definitely harder when you have multiple. So that's at that point, it's up to you to authenticate them yourself, and you have to do the research and the digging to know what makes a shoe fake and what makes it real, the difference between them. And honestly, nowadays they're getting really good,
yeah,
like scary,
yeah.
really good.
And when we talk about StockX, you talk about GOAT, you talk about Tall City Sneakers, you're talking about people with booths at sneaker events like SneakerCon, Got Sold, those type of things.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's intent as a whole, as a sneaker community, as a company, as a business, I don't think it's anybody's intent to go out and scam people
yeah,
or to sell them a fake shoe. But it comes down to, like you're saying, it's getting harder and harder to identify what's authentic product and what's not. And coupled with a company like a StockX or SneakerCon, I don't know how many shoes they process a day, but I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like any other company in the entire world, you go down to the street to like the Ford House, for example. Everybody in the shop will probably call themselves a mechanic, but there's levels, right? There's the guy that,
Takes down parts.
yeah, there's a guy who's good at electronics, right? There's a guy who has worked on diesel engines since he was 12 years old and he's 60. There's the guy who just got out of school and it's his first week. And I think it's the same at these companies. Like,
Yeah.
there's a new guy at StockX, right? And if pairs are coming through his line or however they do it, I don't know if there's a line, compared to the guy who's been there for 10 years, there's more risk with a new employee than there is for the guy who's been on the job 10 years, So, again, I don't think it's anybody's intent to sell people fake pairs, but
Yeah.
same with us. I mean, we try to spot every single one because, that's our name we're putting on it. A great thing of buying locally at your local shop, maybe we can talk about this too. Like we offer returns and exchanges. I know some shops or a lot of shops, I would say the majority of shops don't. But it's something that we do because we want to put our customers at ease and not have them worry about buying a fake shoe or something that's not authentic. So yeah, it is definitely a thing. People sometimes walk in with the mindset of there's fake shoes in here, like all the time.
Yeah.
Like they'll say it under their breath, but loud enough where you can hear it. They just walk in the store, oh, these shoes are fake, or oh, I bet you these are fake. And when I hear it, I don't usually let it slide. My response to them is, oh yeah, which one do you think is fake? Because I tell my customers, if you can find a fake shoe in my store, I'll pay you $500, because I don't want to sell fakes, right? And if you know legitimately that there is a fake shoe in my store and you can identify that for me, I don't have a problem paying you $500.
Yeah.
That's our name.
That's
Right.
one of the worst things to hear too, like from
Yeah.
customers. They probably have fakes in here. Like,
Yeah, it's
like we put a lot of work into this
it
just for
sucks,
people to say that.
right? And it sucks that there's even like it sucks that they even exist. Honestly,
Yeah.
like fake shoes, or they call them like you have reps, fakes, UAs. They call them unauthorized authentic sneakers, and there's all of these different, I guess, websites or like I guess not stores or whatever, but you can go online and you can find a replica sneaker and just go buy it. And they're not charging like regular price. Like you can go buy a pair of fake Travis Scotts for like what, $100 maybe even less. Like maybe like $70, $80.
Yeah. So
Compared to the
what
real
do we think
price.
about that? Like, how do you feel about UAs or replicas? Again, I think intent again is going to have to be part of the conversation of what goes into that. But what do you? It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people buy them knowingly. Some people buy them unknowingly.
What do you think, Noah?
I personally don't like. I don't like it. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I would.
But maybe before y'all comment, something to think about. Because like, say you have like a Shelby Cobra,
Mm-hmm.
like an old one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But then they also make replicas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they make replicas. You buy a body, you buy a chassis, and you build a
Whoa.
replica of the original, right? And there's a whole another market for that. Now, I don't think any of those people try to pass off a replica as a real because there's too many identifiers in that vehicle, right? Smaller scale down to shoes. Is it different? Is it the same? Is it so just kind of another wrench to throw in?
Yeah.
I think it's very different. I don't know why, but to me, so like when it comes to like replica sneakers and fake sneakers or UAs or whatever you want to call them, if you own replica or reps, I'm not like bashing you for it. I don't care. But if you wear them and try to pass them as real or even
or just say
or
they're
own
real.
them,
Yeah.
yeah, or if you own them and you're trying to sell them as real, I think that's completely different.
Yeah.
Like, because if you're trying to scam somebody else, but if you wear reps and you own it and you're like, yeah, these reps, they're just sneakers. I'm gonna wear my sneakers. I don't care.
That's fine. I
I'd
feel
rather
like.
pay $100 for some Travis Scotts than $1,000, and
Yeah,
that makes
could-
perfect sense.
That's the only thing I could see is like, hey, my shoes are fake, but I'm not going to spend tens of thousands of dollars on my shoes.
Yeah, and then but it's weird. It's crazy that you bring up that they make replica cars.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought of that, but for some reason in my mind, it's so much different. But I think it's because I'm passionate about shoes.
Mm-hmm.
If there's somebody that's passionate about cars, they may feel a different type of way about replica cars. They're like, no, I just want the real deal. Like when it comes to shirts, pants, hats, shorts, whatever, like they make like bootleg versions of stuff. They make replica stuff. And I would honestly rather buy like a fake t-shirt than a real one. Like you can buy like a fake box logo or whatever. Personally, for myself, I would probably rather wear like a fake box logo but I think it's because I care more about shoes than I care about clothes.
Yeah, because essentially it's the same.
Yeah.
It's apples and apples, especially when you do shirts and shoes, cars and shoes, maybe
Right.
an apple and a banana. But
I guess it all depends on your preference. Because like I would rather all of my shoes be real, 100% authentic, and then everything in my closet be fake.
yeah.
That makes
But you
sense.
you brought up bootleg. Like bootleg stuff is not like trying to pass as authentic.
Yeah.
Bootleg is like no bones about it. Not even trying to be identical to it.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, most bootleg stuff, they want to make it so obvious that this is not authentic.
Yeah.
Like we sell Mr. Remade shorts
Oh yeah.
in the shop, and they have like a Louis style
Yeah.
print,
But like
but that's not
something that they would
anything
come out
close
with.
to what Louis would make.
Right.
Right.
Louis would never make basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Ever.
So it's like, it's not saying, hey, this is Louis Vuitton, buy it from us. It's saying this is inspired by that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I guess it just depends on your preference. Would you be okay with wearing like, I guess, replica clothes? If that makes sense? Or would you rather?
Well, that's a loaded question because I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s.
Whoa.
And
Dinosaur.
bootleg Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, Fubu.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could literally walk down the street and buy it.
Wow.
So
T-Mart, baby.
it's not. That's another thing that you have to factor
Yeah.
into the equation. It's like, what was the, not that the culture makes it right or wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to grow up in the culture that you grew up in, right? And if that's what I grew up in, it does influence my upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to say that. Ask your question again. I don't even remember what the question was.
I don't even remember what I asked.
I think you asked.
But it was, I guess, like, would you rather, how do you feel? Like, would you be okay with wearing, like, I guess, bootleg clothing or replica clothing over shoes, if that makes sense?
I would just, at this point in my life, I would just rather just wear something regular than try to wear something that's
Crazy.
imitation, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this hoodie, what do you call this? Pullover?
Sweatshirt, yeah.
Sweatshirt?
Oh, that's what Toto one?
Yeah,
That's
Watoto.
sick. Actually, I wanted to buy one.
I'd rather wear something like this
Yeah.
than somebody asked me a question about my clothes
Right.
in a wrong narrative or in a wrong light, as opposed, because I want to wear the brand,
Mm-hmm.
right? As opposed to just wear a plain shirt.
Right. And like I said, I guess it does depend on preference, really, because like Isaiah, Midland Thrift Co., shout out Isaiah.
Shout out Isaiah for this shirt.
Yeah, see, like
True story.
he sells vintage,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows what's real vintage and what's like a reprint of something,
Yeah.
and what's authentic, what's not. So to him, he's passionate about that.
Yeah.
So in his eyes, he's like, no, if I'm gonna wear vintage, especially because he has a storefront, he wants to make sure all of his vintage is authentic. All of
Yeah.
it's the real deal. He's not trying to scam anybody or anything like that. But he may feel different about sneakers or whatever,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that he's not as passionate about,
And that goes back to what you were saying. Like we might wear a shirt that Isaiah is like, bro, what are you doing? And we're just like, oh, that shirt's cool. Like we don't even know what's
Yeah,
happening,
Exactly.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in sneaker world or just trying to get into sneakers or just want a cool pair of shoes that stumble upon these things that we're talking about, and pull the trigger on some of them. Some of them knowingly, a lot of them unknowingly, unfortunately. And it just sucks, especially when you don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst. That's what makes it really, really hard. I don't think that it's a good business model to knowingly imitate somebody else's product,
Mm,
because we wouldn't want somebody to do that to us.
right.
But when somebody purchases those things unknowingly, it's just as bad, I guess, or
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah. It's not a great feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially, like, imagine you buying a pair of shoes that you spend like $1,000, $1,500 on, and you start doing the research on it, and turns out that they're fake. You're like, something just doesn't look right, or something doesn't feel right with these shoes. You start looking into it, and initially, in the moment, you like, say you bought them at SneakerCon, like we were talking about SneakerCon,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh yeah, I bought these at SneakerCon. I trust, I'm chill, and you buy them without thinking twice about it. You take them home, wear them every now and then, and you start looking at them, and you actually bought a pair of fake shoes that
Yeah.
you spent $1,500 on. It's not a great feeling, in my opinion.
And the flip side of that, like there's another side of it, right? It makes it so hard just to love shoes.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're adding all these things that you have to worry about now, when the easiest thing is just to go buy a pair at Finish Line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you know for sure, or win it off Sneakers, or go to Foot Locker and win a raffle. Like those are the best things, because you don't have to worry about those things being,
because they come straight from factory.
yeah, because they're straight from the
Yeah.
factory. But because of the way that all these things are reality now, it creates in the consumer to put up your guard, right? Unfortunately, so much so sometimes that it's like a fault. Like when there's no issues, people sometimes try to create or see something, like when it's not even there. Like we could have a shoe that we got for retail, and somebody come in and buy it, and we know we bought it on Nike or whatever, and they're like, no, this is wrong with it, this is wrong with it, this is wrong with it. And those things may be wrong with it, but that doesn't make it not real.
Right.
It makes it not perfect.
Yeah.
Or it makes it, I don't see how anybody can make the same product, especially a sneaker, with all the features and textures and colors and variations and all the things, right? The exact same every single time. It's not going to happen. And when people don't see the indicators that the internet tells them, they're like, oh no, this stitch is wrong. It's fake.
Yeah.
And you're like,
No, it's just
no,
the
it's
factory.
not.
It's just the factory.
Let me show you
flaw.
all the other jacked up pairs they send us.
Right. Like there's been times where I've hit on sneakers and the pair comes in, and even though it's coming from the factory or from sneakers from Nike, there's still like that doubt in my mind that like, is this real?
They swap these.
Right, there's no way. Like
Yeah.
something just doesn't feel right
Yeah.
or off, especially when like the low quality pairs, like some Dunks and stuff.
Yeah.
Or especially if they make a lot of them, like that one, like the Lost and Founds. They made so many of those. Did you hear about them getting mold on them and
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Like getting moldy. Did we
They've
ever get a
held them
moldy
for
pair?
No.
I never saw one.
I never saw one. And then apparently there's like mold all over the shoes and everything. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
just like a factory flaw at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But speaking of winning on sneakers,
Oh yeah.
so the last segment of this podcast is going to be called, it's a brand new segment we just created on the way up here. It's going to be called, I don't have a name for it yet, Random Sneakers.
Random kicks.
Random, yeah. So, some shows, there's a new release, and we're going to talk about it. Our first episode, we talked about the Bread 4s a little bit.
Oh yeah. That was a good shoe though.
Yeah. And we were thinking like, hey, let's talk about releases. But all the releases have been trash
They've been
recently.
so bad.
Yeah.
So we don't want to talk about releases that we think are trash.
In our opinion.
In
They've
our
been bad.
opinion, yes, with all due respect.
If you want to go to sneakers right now, you could buy like a lot of shoes. that
Send
are
us
in
the shoes
stock.
you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about them. But we're like, okay, let's just do something different. We don't want to talk about releases because they're not interesting to us. So I told the guys like, hey, just bring a pair out of your collection that you like. So we each brought a pair from our collection. We don't know what each other brought. I told them, doesn't matter. It could be used, could be DS. You haven't worn it, whatever. Just bring a shoe and we'll talk a little bit about it. Show it to the people, and yeah, we'll have some discussion about the shoes. But you said the shoe you brought was your first.
Oh yeah. Let me grab it real quick.
Devin's first win on sneakers is what he said he brought.
Very, very first. It's pretty crazy.
Oh,
All right. So you may be able to tell by the box, but this was my first dub on sneakers. The Travis Scott Baruch colorway, I believe. Baruch Brown.
sure.
Travis Scott Air Max. So I did win these on sneakers. This is my first dub, bro. First sneakers dub.
It's a pretty good one.
Gave me a lot of hope, actually.
How many
That's
times have we
cool.
worn these?
I don't know. Probably like 4 times. Wear your sneakers. I wear mine all the time. 4 times though for these.
You also have like 100 pairs.
Yeah, off the record. Don't tell Ray. Anyway, so
She goes to your house.
She doesn't know exactly how many pairs I have though.
So, Ray, go count his shoes.
Go.
Shh, she's not gonna watch this.
She's listening.
Anyway, so yeah, I won these on sneakers. It was a good dub. So these right now are going for like maybe 420, 420.
It's a good shoe.
The size 10 and a half. I got them for retail, which was 160. And yeah, it's an Air Max. I like it. It's Travis Scott. Honestly, there's so much hype behind Travis Scott, which I do not know why. I
don't know.
I don't even think his music is that great. Just my opinion. But all you have to do is slap a backwards swoosh on any shoe you have.
It's
and boom,
$1,000.
It's $1,000. Or it just
That's
has
crazy.
instant value, which is crazy how you can create a name for yourself and just slap your name on something and it'll add value to it instantly. Like Supreme or Off-White Virgil, RIP Virgil. But yeah, this was, I guess this, I don't even like Air Maxes that much. I feel like you like Air Maxes more than I do, of course.
Why?
Because you're old. Is that why?
And
I think it's because he's old. They're just,
Maybe.
he's like, they're more comfortable
The
for
hate
me.
is real. They are more comfortable.
Yeah. He's like, I
Dinosaur.
got bad back make me
That's
go.
not this isn't your back.
I can't reach back here, bro. But yeah, they're good for your back, old man. But this is my first Air Max of, I think I probably want like 3 more. Not these, just Air Maxes.
You
in general.
want 3 more Air Maxes?
Yeah, I think I have like a whole list of sneakers I want in my collection, bro. I have
What about the Paras?
off the record.
Yeah,
I have
the
like
Pars on the list. I have a 10 and a
I don't
half.
like those. I do not like those off the record. But yeah, I have like a whole list. So I have a list of shoes that are in my collection off the record, like 100 plus. And then I have a list of sneakers I want in my collection. And that list is like 300, bro.
Oh my god.
There's like 300 pairs in that list of just sneakers I want in my collection. It's crazy. I need to
You're
show you that.
crazy.
I need to show you that list because you're gonna be like, oh, I
Bro,
don't
you've
like
been
these.
making that list since I
I
think
don't
you've
wanna
moved
look at
in
the
with
list.
us.
And then they keep releasing.
People don't live
shoes.
your life by a list. Don't be like Devin.
I don't live.
Don't
my,
live your life one list at a time.
Whoa.
Here you
Well,
go,
what
bro.
movie was that
Write that
reference
down.
from?
I don't know. Is that
Come
like
on.
it probably came out like the
I live my
70s?
life
What?
Quarter mile at a time.
I live my next. Oh,
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, don't live your list. Don't live your life one list at a time like Devin.
You're dumb, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead, Noah. What
All
you
right,
got,
Noe,
bro?
what you got? What you bring us?
I
I
got.
see it's an SB box.
It is an SB box. This was one of the most hyped shoes. It was I think it was last year.
We'll see.
Early last year.
Hyped an SB.
Yes, dude. This shoe was like $1,400 before release.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
freaking. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh.
serious? Wow.
This one
a
right
lot of
here.
people. A lot of people are gonna. Wait, you
So
turned them into
check
golf shoes?
mine out.
What? Are you
So the
serious?
eBays, they were like $1,000 all day.
Yeah, like 1200,
Months,
1500.
months before release.
Bro.
Now they're like what, sub 200?
Yeah, and I play golf in mine now. So.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can get them for cheaper than 200 now. I think I got my pair for like 190 at SneakerCon.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I think I paid I'm not gonna say. Anyways, but yeah, we converted these into golf cleats for Noah.
They're pretty sweet. They're actually really comfortable to play in. One thing that I will say about this shoe is do not get your feet sweaty because they will have like air bubbles.
Bro, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, there's
These have water spots in them, like from your sweat.
Well, Noah has worn them without socks
Yeah.
before.
Are you serious?
yeah.
Dude, these are so you wear the mess out of your sneakers though.
Bro, I golf in these. They're golf shoes.
That's crazy. Y'all turned them into actual golf shoes. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna
They've
lie.
been holding up good too.
yeah, they actually.
We tried it as an experiment.
Oh,
So I have like
nice.
actual golf shoes, but honestly, I would rather wear
golf in these. I feel like
Yeah.
these would be so comfortable, especially as an SB. SBs
Yeah.
are so comfortable, dude.
I will say the only weird thing is like this middle part right here.
With the
This
laces
middle
or
clear
what?
layer. No, like the tongue, it just makes it feel a little bit weird, just because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like thin in one spot and then like super thick. But
So if you're a golfer and struggling to find a golf shoe that you like you're a sneakerhead, we can
hit us up.
We can plug you.
We can do this
Or
for
we can
you.
do it
Plug
for
you,
you,
or we
yeah.
can do it for you.
Either one. We can
I'll
tell
do it
you how
for
to
you.
do it, or we can do it for you.
Dude, that's crazy to think that these were going for like $1,200
Bro,
bucks,
it's
dude.
crazy.
It's
It's not that good of a shoe.
Dude, some
I think
big
we had
cities-
a pair pre-released for like $800 in the shop.
No, it was
Oh
more
yeah,
than that.
no, it was more than that.
How much was it?
We had two
It was
pairs.
probably
They're
like
like
1,000,
12.
over 1,000, I think.
Yeah.
And it's sold.
Oh, I did not know that. That's crazy. I thought he took them back. Wow. But dude, there are some cities, like bigger cities, that
I think.
they have SB shops. Have you seen those? Like
I
eBay SB shops, and they sell eBay or not eBay's. They sell Nike SBs for like I'm pretty much retail as long as you skate in them. I've seen one where like you have to actually do a kickflip in them, and then you can get it for retail.
So believe it or not, the guy that we got these pre-release from had the very first pair. Oh my goodness, dude!
The
Dropping
very
pairs
first pair
of
of he
Yeah.
had these before like people even had. Or was that my phone?
Yeah.
What the, bro?
bro. You're
Anyway.
guys gonna take your shoes out already, bro?
Yeah.
These are better than those, by the way.
Shut your mouth.
Especially at
Bro,
the price, bro.
no shot.
200 for these, and then how much are those?
Bro, we're not comparing
Transition.
how much stuff costs. You
Look.
said that shoe's better than this one.
Look, watch. I'm panning the camera to you. Boom, boom. See?
Boom.
I'm nice.
Okay,
ahead.
everybody roast. This is gonna be edited to a short because
Why
a lot
does-
of people aren't gonna make it to this
Part of the
part of the video. So just for the record, Devin said with his mouth that the eBay is a
Don't.
better shoe than the reverse Grinch. You said that, right?
I did say that, but
You still holding to it?
I stand by it. For the price point, yes.
Disrespect.
Comfortability.
Sorry, Kobe.
Yes. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Kobe's. Kobe sneakers. Kobe hooping
Not
sneakers.
even a
Can I
hooper,
leave
bro.
now or do
Whoa. No, you can leave. That's fine. Go ahead.
Anyways, this is the shoe I brought. Reverse Grinch, and Devin hates it apparently.
I don't hate it, dude.
That's
Can I
such a-
see it?
That's such
Just
an
let me-
iconic shoe,
me-
though.
let me touch
bro.
it. Just
Like,
let me
why
touch
do you hate it?
I don't hate
Like, hate
it.
is a very strong word for
I
that
did
shoe.
never said hate. You accused me of hating. I don't like Kobe's. Are these used?
No. I haven't worn
Calm
these yet.
down, bro.
You can smell them.
DS.
Yeah.
They just smell good.
So this is
Smell good.
I got these for Christmas. I got these for Christmas, and
Dang, you got good stuff for Christmas.
I'm gonna hoop them
spoiled.
when my other pair gets worn out. I
You
have
have two pairs of these?
No, I have a
No.
pair of Kobe
Zebras.
zebras that I'm
yeah.
hooping right now, and once those are worn down, I will wear these.
So we can probably talk about it in a separate segment, but I honestly do not think Kobe's are the best hooping shoe.
I will say they are very comfortable.
I think a
Why
lot
would you
of
put it over it?
yeah.
I think a lot of people hype these up, but I heard Curry's are pretty comfortable. I personally hope in KD's. I personally hoop in KD's. I heard, yeah, like I said, I heard Curry's. Don't hoop in LaMelos. You'll roll your ankle. LeBron's are too bulky.
I didn't roll my ankle.
I
And
actually
LaMelos?
really like my pair of
You don't
I
have
hooped
long
two
LaMelos.
pair of
enough.
LaMelos.
They're pretty
alright.
comfortable. Like the cushion in those is actually good.
These are just really hyped.
They
In my
are?
opinion, that's all I have to say.
Is that why you don't like them?
I like hype stuff, but at the same time, I don't like stuff because they're hyped. Does that make sense?
You know where you were when you heard the news that Kobe died?
Yes, I know exactly where I was.
Where were
too.
you?
I was at Rose's with my friends after church. Shout out Corey Mose. We were eating at Rose's with Corey, and Corey, he's a sports commentator. He used to work here in Midland for News West 9. And so we were eating, and one of his friends called, and that he works with at the station, and he was like, "Bro, did you hear? Kobe died." And he was like, "What? No way." And so everybody saw his reaction on the phone, and we were like, "What just happened? Like something big just happened."
Mm-hmm.
And then he told us, and like all of us were in just disbelief.
Yeah.
We were like, "There's no way." Do you remember where you were?
Yeah,
We
we
were at a
didn't-
volleyball tournament.
Yeah, we didn't go to church that day. It was Sunday
Mm-hmm.
because Hope was playing club volleyball, and we were at a volleyball tournament with her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where we were.
Did you find out on social media?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On social media. And honestly, like this is gonna sound real bad, and I didn't respond the way I wanted to in my mind. First, it sucked, right?
Yeah.
But knowing shoes and knowing resale, I was like,
Mm.
I need to go home and buy every Kobe I can right now because I
Wow.
know what's about to happen. But I didn't. Just something in me, like I couldn't make myself do it. Could have made a lot of money, but
Yeah.
but that sucks. That's reality. But kind of same thing with Virgil. You know, his stuff was already going crazy, but
Yeah.
even more so now. But yeah, the hype, there was not as much hype when Kobe was alive, right?
Yeah, I would say that.
But it just sucks that we're built that way. Sometimes we don't give people their flowers until they're no longer here.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm glad that his wife and, you know, the family and all that were able to come to terms with Nike and started releasing some stuff again, because that's awesome. I think that's great. I hope they honestly like oversaturate the market. Like, I just want to see
more shoes.
You know, I just want to see more shoes, honestly.
Like more Kobe's specifically.
Yeah, I remember I was probably in like the 5th or 6th grade, and that was like one of my favorite shoes.
Really?
Yeah. There's pictures of me on Facebook, like with my Kobe's on. I had a couple pairs.
Yeah, because your old dad had Facebook.
Old dad. Why do you keep saying that, dude?
Because
okay,
bro,
turning 40.
Speaking of old, bro.
Speaking of old,
yeah.
How old is too old to wear sneakers?
Honestly, I gift my grandpa sneakers when I can.
And he wears them.
He wears them. He wears a fire out of them. He likes Jordan 1 lows because I think he can put them on and off easily.
Yeah.
How old is Grandpa now?
90? Grandpa
90?
92?
92? Man. And he's still going.
Yeah, and he's not like,
he
didn't like grow up in sneakers, or he wears them because I gave them to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the main reason he wears them. You know, he loves me. So I think that changes things. And I think that changes things, like for the question you're asking about.
Right.
I don't know. I don't see myself ever not wearing sneakers.
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely decrease or decline the older I get. I'll be a lot more selective and won't wear them as much. But I think sneakers will always be a part of me. For the memories of what we've done as a family and the store and all that stuff. I don't think they're ever going to go away. They just probably will have a different place in my life.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I don't think you're ever too old to wear sneakers. What do you say? No.
I'll probably be wearing sneakers when I'm old.
Yeah. I agree though. Like, it is going to change, like, what shoes I wear or which ones I buy. Or actually, it probably won't even change which ones I buy. I just won't wear them. But I think my collection's going to keep growing. Personally.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep growing as I get older.
We'll see. Like, for me, it's already changed.
Yeah.
Like, when we first got into it, I wanted to buy everything that came out. Like, that was semi-decent, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like, if I buy something, I'm at the point, like, if I buy something else, like, I need to give something up. That's what I feel like. Like, I don't want to just buy another pair to have another pair. I don't collect shoes. I wear all my shoes. So it's like, if I really want something, like, that's the deciding factor. Like, that proves that I really want it. If I'm willing to give up a pair that I already have and like and wear.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I'll do it. Whereas before I was like, oh, I can get it for retail? Heck yeah. Get that.
Yeah, I've thought about it. Like, what's it called? I guess collecting shoes. I've thought about, like, as I get older, have kids, have grandkids, great grandkids, whatever, and still having those shoes, and some of them holding their value, and even just being, I guess, art pieces. As a sneakerhead, sneakers are art to me.
Yeah.
So, like, as time goes on, for my grandkids to see, like, oh, my grandpa has the chunky dunkies, or he has the big red boots or whatever. Like, I think that's cool. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I don't think you're ever too old to wear sneakers.
Yeah.
But it's all preference at the end of the day. Like, I do agree that, it's definitely going to be all about comfortability at the end of the day. But yeah, man.
Yeah, like, even now, like, I love the way 4s look.
Really?
On everybody else.
Except you.
Yeah. Because, like, I put them on, I'm like, dude, these suck. Like, to me, they're uncomfortable.
He won't wear them.
Oh, I thought you were agreeing for yourself.
No, I'm just saying, like, because they're uncomfortable to me. And so I'm like, man,
But
I love those for everybody else.
Don't you have an extra toe on the left?
Yeah, I got 6 toes on my left foot, but
Yeah, so
anyways.
that's
Shut
why.
up.
That's why.
Thanks, Devin, putting my business out there.
Sorry.
Anyways,
It's just 6 toes.
Horrible.
Everybody
So,
has 6 toes.
the older I get, the balance between function and form, you definitely calculate that. Yeah, as before, it's like, oh yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, a wise man once said, "With great power comes great responsibility."
This is true.
Yes.
Who said that?
Pee Wee Dalton.
Uncle Ben. Pee Wee Dalton? I don't even know who that is. He probably, what was it, like the 70s?
Don't worry about it, bro.
80s?
You have to have been there.
We're not old enough for that.
Anyways,
All right.
I'm tired of talking to you.
Wow. Calm down, bro.
Podcast is over.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We hit a little bit of, talking about reps and stuff like that, or some just sneakers that we brought out. If you want us to talk about anything specific, just drop it down in the comments. If you have any specific questions, let us know, and we'll do what we can to touch everything here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, thank y'all for tuning in. Adios. Peace.